Welcome to the YouTube channel that doesn't even do videos anymore. My name is Mac, and today we're looking at an album. Before I do, just want to say there's going to be some stuff down in the description. If you want to know how the channel works, all that good stuff is going to be down in the description for this video. Today we are looking at the album KOD, and this is the album cover. KOD is the latest J. Cole album. If you don't count Revenge of the Dreamers, it was the latest J. Cole album when I reviewed it. I reviewed it a long time ago when it first came out. And this album was sort of a big deal upon release. I'm pretty sure it got #1 on the Billboard charts, and it has had a good position on the Billboard charts. Even though today, the song really, after all the hype has died down, the album didn't really have any hits. None of the songs on this thing became like really big, popular songs. Unlike Revenge of the Dreamers, which had Middle Child, which was a really big song. This album doesn't have any hits, but it still, made up plenty amount of money. J. Cole is one of the more well-known, more popular rappers, and he had that steam going for him with this album. He was already popular when he released this album, and it kind of boosted his popularity a bit. And this album, it stands out. It's fairly commercially successful. Just like on For Your Eyes Only, this album, I think that was the name of the album before this. This album has no guest artists. The only guest artist listed is Kill Edward, which is a fake identity J. Cole has made for himself. So the only guest feature on this J. Cole album is J. Cole, which seems really really narcissistic and hedonistic. And it kind of is, because J. Cole especially on this album, you can tell he kind of elevates himself above other rappers, because his lyrical content, he's very different than other rappers. One, especially specifically this album, KOD, he doesn't just do trap rap or auto-tune. It's all just him. Or doesn't it sound like he's doing auto-tune? If he is, it's very well disguised. But it's just him singing, and it's not trap beats. The beats are really skeletal. They're really just kind of these sound effects and vocal samples kind of stretched and edited and looped. And the lyrical content is much more serious and profound than like all other rap music, basically. So J. Cole really does stand out among his peers in the secular rap world. KOD has 12 tracks. One of them is not really a song, and that is of course the intro. The intro doesn't really have any music. It's really short. It's just kind of this little song to introduce you to the album, and it has this woman speaking in this way, and her voice actually pops into a bunch of the tracks, kind of like Good Kid, Mad City, where you have like the sample at the end. Occasionally you'll have the sample of her talking at the beginning of songs like Once an Addict, and Intro, and a few of the other songs have her voice in them. I think Window Pane. I'm not sure about Window Pane, but yeah. You got some consistency. You have a bit of a theme going on with the intro and the talking. This album, lyrically, KOD, the title, it could be King Overdose, it could be Kids on Drugs. There's a whole bunch of different things it could stand for. And lyrically, for the most part, this album is kind of serious. You do have some songs on this thing which are love songs. I'm talking about Photograph and Kevin's Heart. Both of these are love songs where you're singing about this girl he likes. Photograph is about falling in love with a girl from like a picture, probably like on Instagram or Snapchat, or I don't know. It's a love song for the digital age. And then and both of these love songs are very different than your typical rap love song, your typical rap song about a girl. Instead of just being overly sexualizing people, he tries to have a little bit of sincerity and tries to have a little original take on this, not just treating a woman like an object, but like trying to treat them more like a person. And I really appreciate that. That makes these songs a lot better than your typical rap song about a guy in love with a girl, better than a typical rap song about sex. Some of the songs on this album do have a more upbeat kind of hype attitude. Those songs are KOD, Motivate, and ATM. Both of these have some really fast rapping, a little bit more energetic instrumental. But the rest of the songs in this album are pretty downbeat, pretty slow, pretty somber and serious. I'm talking about The Cutoff, and Once an Addict, and Friends, and especially Window Pane, a song that's really sad, where this part of the song is this kid telling the story of like his cousin getting shot and killed. I think he's getting shot and killed. I don't remember if it says he died, but I mean, it's a sad song. It's a very sad, serious song. The last song on this thing, 1985, in parentheses it says intro to something, to some other album that J. Cole is doing. And in this song, he's basically talking, it's from the perspective, he's written in second person, and he's speaking to a young rapper. And he's kind of saying, he's not really dissing the rapper, he's saying, this is how you do it, and this is how you young rappers do it, and this is how I do it, and this is how you should do it if you want to have an impact and you want to stay relevant. And it's just a really great song. The lyrical content is really mature, it's really fourth wall breaking, it's extremely intelligent, and it's really, really cool. I like this album a lot. The lyrical content of KOD is probably the strongest thing it has going for it, especially when compared to other rap albums. KOD just sticks out like a sore thumb, or like the brightest star in the sky. I guess that's a better analogy because it's in a good way. But the lyrical content is just so many levels above other rap music. It's so much more mature, it's so much more serious, it's so not terrible for the most part, unlike other rap music. The only lyrical content on this album that doesn't really work super well is this lyrics on KOD, which is just really braggadocious and self-praising and not all that great. And the song Motivate, which is very similar, but that song is really short. It's like the shortest song in the album minus the intro, so that's not a huge complaint I have. That song isn't a huge problem. The love songs on this album, again, that annoying thing that starts up and makes a lot of noise. Okay, the love songs in this album have honestly much better lyrics than most rap music. Some sincerity, some good stuff in there. The really slow, serious songs are the best ones on this album, like the Cutoff, Once an Addict, Friends especially. Friends is amazing. Window Pane, and 1985. All of these have really mature, serious, profound lyrics that really hit you, that are impactful, that you hear it and you're like, wow, that's significant, that's impactful, that's profound, and it's just really good. J. Cole more than holds his own on this album, and that's another impressive thing about this album, is you never feel like it needs a guest artist. At least for me. Like, I never felt like it was hurt by every single song just being J. Cole. J. Cole does a great job, both in his delivery, and just, once again, his lyrical content is just miles above so much other rap music, so much more profound, so much more mature than other rap music, that I really like it. I like his performance, I like these lyrics. Another good thing I really like about this album, is the music. There's a lot of sampling on this album. There's a lot of, they'll get like a vocal sample, and they'll cut it, and loop it, and they'll just spin it, and that's kind of, and a lot of the, like, all of the production on this album is very low-key, is very kind of skeletal, and it just works very well. It helps elevate, it helps point to, the music on this album helps point to the lyrics and J. Cole himself, and really makes them center stage. And just as a compliment to them, it just works extremely well. It helps boost these lyrics, and boost these vocals, and boost his performance, and it's just, it all works and comes together extremely well. I would do like song highlights, but basically everything is a highlight except for KOD and Motivate. And then ATM is one of the other less good ones. Everything else on this album is honestly very good. Lyrically, the music on this thing, a lot of just really tight samples that are brief. They're not like Kanye West samples where the main point of the song is the chorus is this sample, and the sample's really loud and obvious and very clear, and you know, the sample's a really big deal. And the samples often start at the beginning of the song, they play, and then you might get referenced later in the song, but they're not like really big and in your face, and they work extremely well. They give it a little bit of class, they give it a little bit of stuff that's good. Honestly, KOD is a great album. I'm going to give this album 4 stars out of 5. Thank you for watching the video. In the next video, I'm going to go over some great albums. I'm going to go over the I's and the J's, the great albums in the I's and the J's, which in the I's it was just Imagine Dragons. And then I guess we'll go over, like, I don't know. You'll see when it comes out, which will probably be a long time, because I am terrible uploading videos. I'm terrible at scheduling. when it comes to this. I put schoolwork and watching Netflix above this. So that's why I haven't been at it very much. Been very busy with Parks and Rec. I'm almost done with it though. Thank you for watching the video.